When the first images of Taehyung's latest appearance hit social platforms, the world of fashion collectively paused. It wasn't just another celebrity look, nor a casual endorsement moment. It was a carefully composed portrait of confidence, artistry, and evolution. The kind of quiet but explosive statement that only Taehyung seems capable of delivering. The setting was subtle. A pale rose backdrop, soft studio lighting, a few bottles of minimalist skincare perched neatly beside him. Yet even in this simplicity, Taehyung's presence transformed the space. He stood in a slate gray, double-breasted suit that draped elegantly over his frame. Sharp in tailoring, but effortless in movement. The jacket hung slightly loose, echoing a vintage European silhouette while maintaining that signature Korean modernity. His shirt was replaced by layered necklaces, leaving the neckline open to reveal an understated sensuality that drew the viewer in. What followed online was immediate chaos of admiration. Within minutes, hashtags referencing his name, outfit, and even the exact color tone of his suit began trending across X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and Korean community boards. Fans analyzed every stitch, every piece of jewelry, and even the shade of lipstick that accentuated his natural look. The internet wasn't merely reacting. It was dissecting an aesthetic moment that would soon define early winter fashion moods around the globe. To those who have followed Taehyung's artistic journey, this outfit felt like a declaration of maturity. Over the years, he has consistently redefined how an idol can embody fashion, not as a mannequin for brands, but as a storyteller through fabric and form. His latest look told a story of restraint and charisma, where the absence of flamboyance became the very essence of allure. Fashion critics noted how the suit's muted hue allowed his expression to command attention. The lines were crisp, yet his posture remained unguarded. He carried himself not as someone showing clothes, but as someone wearing identity. This duality, of mystery and accessibility, is what keeps Taehyung at the center of global fascination. One editorial from Vogue Korea described it as a masterclass in emotional minimalism, praising the way he could turn neutrality into desire. That sentence alone encapsulated the Taehyung phenomenon, a man who doesn't need extravagance to dominate a visual narrative. The video clip that broke the internet wasn't even a performance. It was simply Taehyung speaking, gesturing gently with one hand against his chest while describing the texture of a product in soft Japanese subtitles. Yet every frame radiated elegance. His tone was calm but magnetic, his gaze direct yet kind. Within an hour, fan edits transformed the footage into cinematic reels, looping slow-motion shots of his half-smile set to ambient jazz. Fashion influencers from Tokyo to Paris reposted the clip, each with their own interpretation. One wrote, "This is how you make gray feel alive." Another said, "He looks like he walked out of a European art film." Even Western outlets such as GQ and Elle picked up on the frenzy, analyzing his ability to merge East Asian sophistication with global couture sensibilities. Soon, the hashtag Taehyung Gray Suit accumulated millions of views on TikTok. Stylists recreated his look using thrifted blazers and minimalist jewelry, dubbing the ensemble the Taehyung Aesthetic Challenge. The phenomenon wasn't about celebrity worship, it was about cultural translation. Taehyung's fashion moment had crossed language and geography, uniting people under a shared visual appreciation. Yet there's something different about how Taehyung wears fashion. It's less about the fabric and more about the emotion he channels through it. Even standing still, he communicates texture, movement, and mood. This particular outfit amplified his dual nature. Gentle yet powerful, distant yet approachable. In interviews, Taehyung has often expressed that he sees clothing as a form of silent music. He once said, "When I wear something that feels like me, I move differently, I speak differently, it's rhythm." Watching him in that gray suit, it's easy to understand what he means. Each subtle gesture, adjusting the lapel, glancing sideways, tucking a hand in the pocket, seems choreographed not by intent but by intuition. Designers love him for that. He understands silhouette the way a dancer understands timing, noted one anonymous stylist who worked on international campaigns. You could give him a plain jacket, and he'll turn it into a statement piece. In an era where celebrity fashion often leans toward extravagance, Taehyung's minimalism is radical. The choice of a monochrome palette and unembellished jewelry is a rejection of noise. It invites viewers to pay attention not to brand logos, but to the feeling evoked by proportion and presence. Cultural scholars in Seoul pointed out that this aesthetic aligns with a broader Korean artistic philosophy, one that values form, or innate dignity. It's an elegance born not from excess, but from balance. In that sense, Taehyung isn't just following trends. He's reviving heritage through contemporary interpretation. His look also mirrored his current artistic phase, mature, contemplative, quietly powerful. It complemented his recent musical ventures, which leaned toward jazz, soul, and emotional storytelling. The outfit, like his music, carried the same undercurrent of intimacy. Behind the scene, luxury houses watched closely. Every time Taehyung appears publicly, search trends shift. The gray double-breasted blazer became one of the most searched menswear items of the week, regardless of brand. Analysts in fashion marketing nicknamed it the Taehyung Effect. Brands he has previously collaborated with reported an unexpected uptick in engagement, even though the outfit itself wasn't part of an official campaign. That's the paradox of his influence. He doesn't have to sell. He simply has to exist in front of a camera. What truly sets Taehyung apart in this moment is not only his appearance, but the atmosphere he creates. When he enters a space, there's a shift, a quiet tension mixed with admiration. People lower their voices, camera flashes seem softer, and even the air feels curated, as if the universe itself aligns to capture him perfectly. It's not simply about physical beauty. It's an aura, a combination of grace, intelligence, and emotional clarity that very few public figures possess. This was evident during the recording session where the viral clip originated. According to those present on set, Taehyung arrived early, greeting every staff member with genuine warmth. He took time to understand the lighting and camera angles, ensuring that the team's creative vision matched the mood of the shoot. The professionalism he brought was almost meditative. No rush, no arrogance, only precision and calm. When the cameras started rolling, the transformation was instantaneous. The shy smile gave way to poise, the gentle posture to magnetic control. In that instant, the room turned silent. Everyone knew they were witnessing something beyond commercial work. It was performance art through fashion. Photographers describe this as his sixth sense. He doesn't merely pose, he interprets. Each tilt of his head, each subtle blink feels deliberate yet natural. It's as though he speaks a visual language we don't fully understand, said one staff member afterward. You can direct him once, and he'll deliver 12 variations, each one emotionally distinct. That intuitive versatility is what elevates him from idol to icon. As the footage reached the public, the fashion industry responded in waves. Editors across the globe began re-evaluating the current menswear narrative. For years, men's fashion has oscillated between maximalist flamboyance and monotonous simplicity. Taehyung offered something in between, expressive minimalism. The structured suit and fluid movement reminded many of the European postmodern era of the 1980s, where men began to experiment with sensuality without losing strength. Yet his interpretation was thoroughly modern, imbued with softness, vulnerability, and authenticity.